Hello and welcome to Power Marriage. My name is Pablo Marte and this is my beautiful wife.
Mariceli Malte.
Thank you for watching our
Mm-hmm.
program here.
Yes.
Is this a
Welcome.
program?
Um, I don't know.
Well, we'll call it a program for today.
Okay.
It's Father's Day.
Yes, it is.
And what is that? Is it June
20th.
20th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I kind of lost it there for a
Yep, yep.
minute.
June 20th.
June 20th, 2021.
Yeah. So,
I think about that.
uh, happy Father's Day today,
Thank you, thank you.
and for everything that you do and everything that you've done for the
Thank you.
kids and being there and loving them, loving their mom.
Oh, yep, well, that's what I do. So today we're here to talk about the fruits of the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And we posted a question this morning on our Power Marriage page. What fruits of the Spirit, as outlined in Galatians chapter 5, verse
Mm-hmm.
22 and 23, which fruits of the Spirit do you need most in your marriage right now?
Mm.
So you have it here so we
Yep.
can read it?
Yep.
You want to go ahead and read it? Want me to read it?
You can read it.
All right, so this is, oh, you have the King James Version. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll try this. This is Galatians 5, verse 22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts.
Mm.
And then can I just add in?
Yeah.
Oh, I already added in verse 24.
Okay.
I'm going to add in 25. Whenever I post this, I like to get all the way to 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
Amen.
So, out of all those fruits of the Spirit, which one do you think is most needed right now in your marriage? We had here a different version, right? Again,
Mm-hmm.
there's love, there's joy, there's peace,
Mm-hmm. Long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and
and
self-control.
self-control.
I think that's a very long list of things. So.
Yeah, we counted as 9
Mm-hmm.
fruits of the Spirit. In our marriage, what do you think? Uh, which one do you think that we need the most right now?
Um,
Because we always need the fruit of the Spirit.
yeah. I don't know. Which one you think we need? I mean, I think that we always lack a little bit of everything. That's just me. And sometimes, we could lose the love a little bit if we get upset or something, and it's hard to always find joy in certain circumstances. Even with the peace, even though we might have love, but we might be missing the joy and peace in the marriage. And long suffering, that's another one that it's tends to
Kind of
be.
like patience.
Yes, yes, yes.
Maybe a little beyond patience. I
So,
thought I used to always have a lot of patience, and
mm,
not always, but
mm-mm,
I think maybe I could be long suffering, but
yeah,
it comes a point, I guess, so I do need a lot more
patience.
prayer so that
Mm,
God can give me more patience.
okay. I don't think I'll be praying for that, but um, I guess the kindness too. Sometimes we could be selfish. Being, the goodness part of it. And to uh, expressing the kindness in a marriage.
And one of the biggest ones, I think, is self-control.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I think that's hard for anybody. I think.
yeah, even when we were, when I first got saved and started going to church and really reading, reading hard the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
it was still something that it's didn't develop so easy, you know, I guess. And all of these take time, right? I mean, again, when we give our life to Christ, we are justified. God accepts us into his family, and then we're justified. And then begins the process of sanctification. And that won't be complete until we reach our destination.
Yeah.
So that can be a long process.
And also the faithfulness and gentleness. Um, I think sometimes we might miss the gentleness on certain
You
things.
kind of went through all of them, so you're saying we just like lack all of them, huh?
No, I didn't say we lack of all of them. I'm just saying
I'm
that,
sure we need more of
yeah,
all of them,
we need
yes.
more of all of them.
Oh, yes, obviously.
It's a practice that we have to do daily. It's not just one thing that, we say, okay, I read this chapter today, and the chapter is going to give me all of them today. That's not the way it works, because we know it doesn't work that way. We know that we need to practice these daily, not just in our marriage, but in an entire life, in everything that we do. But definitely is something that, thank you for, reminding me most of these today. So.
Well, since we have this right here and it's only like 6 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and read this because we mentioned, right,
Okay.
joy. We mentioned all of them, but obviously, let me just read this here on joy, right? A happiness based on unchanging divine promises and eternal spiritual realities. It is the sense of well-being experienced by one who knows all is well between himself and the Lord. Joy is not the result of favorable circumstances, and even occurs when those circumstances are the most painful and severe. Joy is a gift from God, and as such, believers are not to manufacture it, but to delight in the blessing they already possess. And there's some verses here, I kind of jumped over them, but right, when it says, the first part says, it is a sense of well-being experienced by one who knows all is well between himself and the Lord. You can read 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. In the second one, where it says, joy is not the result of favorable circumstances and even occurs when those circumstances are the most painful and severe. You can read John chapter 16, the Gospel of John chapter 16, verses 20 through 22. Right? Joy is a gift from God, and as such, believers are not to manufacture it, but to delight in the blessing they already possess. Romans 14, chapter 14, verse 17, and Philippians chapter 4, verse 4.
Yeah, it's I guess for when you mentioned these today, I really didn't think about them today until just now. And
We didn't plan too much for this video.
no, and just I guess just thinking right now, being here has been 2 years already, and I think I mentioned this earlier to him that, the relationship with the kids have grown, and I feel like, well, what's next, God? You brought us here. My husband has a good career, and then I'm kind of like, I'm still not. I guess it's been the part of the long suffering.
You're not convinced about being...
No. So it's been a process for me. It's been a patiently. I've been trying to be patiently here, and have that faithfulness, and the love, but it's for me today. I'm like, I was having one of those, I don't know, pity party, I guess, of why am I here? So
it's hard. It's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes. One of the things that we read right here, right, the last part of that joy says, joy is a gift from God, and as such, we are not to manufacture it. So we don't create joy, we don't manufacture it, but we delight in the blessing that we already possess, the blessing that God already has given us. Yeah. And one of those blessings is, right, it's being here, it's being closer to the kids, it's, being able that, like you mentioned, that have a good job, have a
Mm-hmm.
good place to work, and I'm happy to get up every day and
Yep.
go, and even to do overtime, to do extra. Um, and that you keep working with these women, and and doing activities with
Mm-hmm.
them. And I mean, even since we've been here, how many books here have you think you've bought since you've been here?
I don't know. Maybe
I,
over
I don't got a good comparison, but I was trying to come up with a good comparison of, you probably spend more money
on books
on
and
books than coffee or
then
something. I don't
coffee
know. And yeah,
or buying clothes.
yeah, probably, yeah. And it's good because it shows. I mean, again, a lot of these
Mm.
gifts right here, the fruits, not the gifts, the fruits of the spirit. Um, you can see the development, which also comes with knowledge and wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
and and then applying that. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
just gotta keep moving forward, and
Yeah. And like it says, by crucify the flesh, right?
yeah. Well, and we can be honest here. Being here also wasn't my first choice. I mean, I think maybe more as a guy, or maybe that's
Mm.
just who I've been for a long time, that I can just pick up and go anywhere, and and be happy anywhere, kind of, I guess. But that this isn't my first choice. I mean, obviously, if
What was your first choice, honey?
I mean, if you ask me, where in the world would you want to be right now? I mean, I wouldn't say Rochester. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say I want to be, here in Rochester or here in Fairport. Um,
Nope.
I don't know. Maybe I'd say the Adirondack Mountains, which it's right here in New York.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful
But who
there.
knows? I mean,
Yeah.
I just there's a lot of other places that I would rather be. I mean, I'd probably say, we've had other ideas, right? To
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, to get something going online so that we can move from place to place,
Mm-hmm.
and not really have to be set in one place, but that we can experience different places. And but this is where God has put us, and the reality is that where we were before, we weren't
Mm-hmm.
in a good situation,
No.
and God is faithful, and He just put us in somewhere where I didn't even think it was possible, to just to be here, and to to start flourishing and come
Yeah.
up with all these possibilities. And I mean, I didn't think that was possible, and again, God is just
Amazing.
um, He provides, exceedingly abundant to what we
Mm-hmm.
can even think of, and not only that, again, we're able to here we've been able to learn more about the Word of God, and understand things, that sometimes the deeper you go in, you realize that
It's not
how
about us.
yeah, well, obviously, first of all, it's not about us, but how bad it is out there.
Mm.
The Bible, since Jesus' time, He's been talking about, right? They hated me, they hate Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
so they're gonna hate us, right? They hate His Word, right? And what people hate is, people want to live in their sin and keep their sin, and that's why they hate God. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
push away from God. Adam and Eve, when they sinned, they were hiding from God. They want to stay away from God because they, not saying they wanted to keep doing what they were doing, but they already had the knowledge, But us as human beings, we start sinning, and we like
Mm-hmm.
sinning. We like doing what we're doing, even though it's bad. Yet that pushes us away from God, because we know that He is holy and He doesn't tolerate sin, and so we'd rather just step away from Him, get away from God, so that we can keep doing what we're doing, instead
Yeah.
of coming to Him and asking for forgiveness and asking for strength, because He's going to help us
Mm-hmm.
to stop sinning and to stop doing the things that we're doing, which are not productive. I mean, again, if you look at these fruits of the Spirit, you see that this leads to a productive, good, healthy, let's say, lifestyle,
Yeah.
right? This is not prosperity. I'm not saying, right, you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
that by coming to God.
Oh.
I'm just saying that these are the fruits of the Spirit that lead to
Mm-hmm.
that type of life.
It doesn't mean about prosperity. You're speaking in regards to having a healthy relationship with God. It doesn't come with uh, you know things.
It's
That's
not that He's going to give
yeah.
you things if
It doesn't.
you
That's not the way it
you're going to read
works.
the Bible, for 10 hours a day, and He's not going to give you things
Yeah.
just because of that.
Yeah, we hear
You're
that a
not
lot.
you're not going to be healed just because of that.
Mm-hmm. That's the
That's not
wrong
how it works.
concept. Yeah.
It's just, you love God, show him your love, be grateful, have faith in the sacrifice of Jesus. That's the only thing that saves, nothing else. There's no works that can save you. There's nothing that you can do to be saved. Anyway, so
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
I went somewhere else. The video
It's
was
all
about
right.
the fruit
No,
of
well,
the
I
spirit.
mean,
Went
it's
somewhere else.
kind of, goes along with everything. So, it is the fruit of the spirit, and that's what we're talking about. And it's in everything in the life.
So I just want to say again, happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Yes.
Thank you for watching Power Marriage program, show, documentary, I don't know, a reality show.
Reality show. I don't know about all of that.
And this is our YouTube channel. Subscribe, YouTube, Power Marriage. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
Can I do it like the way the YouTubers do it? Go ahead and smash the like button. Just hit the like button. I can't do that.
No, honey, that's not.
And leave some comments in the comment section so we can have a conversation back and forth. I like to chit chat on text.
No, you don't. I'm the one
really
who
don't.
has to do that.
Yeah, she likes to
All
read
right.
it, but every now and then I like to read it. If I'm looking, I'll read it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
look at
no.
this. Let me
All
engage
right.
here in some conversation.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.